Rockwood 2706S Ultralight here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. 6,500 pounds on the nose, and this is easily a best-in-class layout. Well, not just layout, but application of this layout. There's a few other brands who build something like this. There is nobody operating it at Rockwood's level. This thing's beyond compare. As we go through, I think you're going to see what I mean. I'm not just winging that out there. I'm going to point out the areas where Rockwood is unopposed, where they're best-in-class, things that are not matched. Now, there's some brands that will do some of the things we're looking at. No one's going to do everything we're looking at. And if at any point you're curious to know things like price tags, links, tank capacities, etc., I'll leave you a link down here in the video description. It says check for price and availability. Very handy for you YouTube folks at home. Now, pardon me, at the time of this filming, this is a brand new model. I was excited to see that we got it this quickly. That means at the time of this filming, it may not even be on Rockwood's website. The specs might not even be available yet. That's how new this is right now. This never existed as an early 17. This only came out as the late 17 true updates came through. What's interesting is this is actually an indicator of kind of where the Rockwood Ultra series is headed. There are things on here that are different from the rest of the Rockwood Ultra lights. There's the Mini, the Ultra, then the Signature. So this is the middle brother of the family, and this actually has broken the mold. For instance, we have this big front drop frame storage. We're starting to see big fifth wheel sized outside storage come to travel trailers, and I welcome it with both arms wide open. You want to talk about ease of access. I mean, this could be a dog kennel. I mean, it's that big. You could have several big dogs in here without a problem. It's that large. Fully automotive, like bulb sealed, and they fully trim out any holes in the wall, like where this baggage door is. You call that a hole in the wall, basically. They trim that out so there's no area for water penetration and exposure. You can see the all-aluminum framework is plainly obvious right here. That's continued through the entire RV. We've got a full aluminum framed body. The only part of this that's not laminated is the floor, and that has 2 by 2 3/4 inch aluminum tube runners that go all the way down the floor plan at 12 inches on center, with 5/8 tongue and groove plywood on top of that. Now, you may also notice that this has a very different nose cap from the rest of the Ultra family. You're going to see them start to go over to this. The new nose cap, which is eerily reminiscent of this on the Rockwood Signature series, was so popular they said, man, we got to put that in the Ultras. It's just too good not to do it. What they did, though, is on the Ultra series, they went to like a 3/4 cap that still maintains that big 24 inches of diamond plate up front. We still have, you know, one-touch power awning with LED lights. Power stabilizers are an option here. Power tongue jack, all that stuff is still there. It's just they changed the body up, but they also at the same time upgraded the features and amenities from what was found even in the earlier generation 17s. They've really taken it up a crazy notch here. Like this right here. This is something no one else in this floor plan is doing. Rockwood gives you a fifth wheel bedroom wardrobe slide out, a closet slide out in the bedroom of this half-ton towable travel trailer, and at 6,500 pounds, this is most definitely truly half-ton towable. To give you extra storage. So that's kind of the thing. If you're looking for like the last one you want to own, or you want to have it for 10 years or more, this is really a brand you want to zero in on. And for good reason. Not just because it's awesome and well built and well equipped, for resale and trade value. When you are and have been the #1 built lightweight on the market, Rockwood overall is and has been the #1 selling lightweight on the market for many years consecutively now. You know, there's resale and trade-in and name recognition. This is the brand name. Rockwood is the brand name in lightweights. Very classic Rockwood / Forest River feature, giving you outside access to the storage in the slide out. Not a lot of brands do that. And did you notice, again, not just aluminum frame body, aluminum framed everything. This is the dinette skeleton we're looking at. You want to keep this thing light yet strong, and there you go. They've got the heavier insulated baggage doors here with the magnetic latches. You got the slam compression latches, and listen here. They're using the nicer metallic ones, not the cheaper plastic ones. Again, where they're using components, they're using better components than you typically find in this industry. Now, if you really like this floor plan, We've also got a non-bunkhouse rear bathroom version of it coming up pretty soon. It'll be slightly shorter, little less weight, little less money, but basically same living room. So if you like what you see here, but you don't need bunks, don't worry. We got you covered too, because we're a big-time place who orders and sells a ton of trailers. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about black tank flush, outside shower, and antifreeze inlets. Call us if you have questions about that. They're fairly self-explanatory, but I do want to talk about this. This is one of the reasons that Rockwoods just hold together over time. They have the best-in-class suspension. There's other things that are fine, perfectly fine and acceptable out there, but there's good and there's better, and this is best. This is a not just torsion axle. This is a Torflex dual independent suspension. Each wheel can move independently of one another. That gives this literally double the vertical variance from one tire to the next of anything else out there. Unless, of course, you're talking about the most expensive fifth wheels on the market, and it still has 50% more independent wheel travel than they do. So, again, best in class. It has better ride, better handling, more stability. It soaks up more stress from the road at the ground level before it gets translated to the chassis, to the body, to your vehicle. So that's one of those areas where this has soaked up a lot of shock and jolt that normally get translated into the RV, which can translate into more maintenance potentially required. Spare tire cover. They're using a nicer solid cover versus just a little slip cover. Nothing wrong with a slip cover. A lot of brands don't give you any cover on the tire, so that, you know, if you have a flat tire and you need to pull your spare out after it's been in the sun 10 years and it's sun checked because you never thought about looking at your spare tire, it's toast. This isn't going to be a problem like that. Look at the awning on this thing. Starts dead at the rear wall, just goes way up front to that front bedroom window. This has got to be close to like an 18-20 foot awning. All power lighting, of course, tilt adjustable, all that good stuff. Full walk-on roof, of course, here. Fully, like, I feel more confident walking on Rockwood roofing than most other brands. As a big person, I've been up and down on anything that I can. There's no flex to their roof. This thing has the most solid built chassis I've seen out there. Here is a best in class. No one else is doing this kind of thing. You've seen outside kitchens and whatnot, and you're looking at this going, oh, it looks kind of plain. It looks very clean and very sleek because they have this induction electric cooktop right here. This, anytime you're plugged into park power, this is just like you have like a residential induction cooktop at your house. Nobody's doing that. Here's the cool thing about this. You got grandbabies or kids bopping around. When you're cooking, it's hot. Like, seconds after you turn this thing off, it's cool to the touch. How cool is that? So there's just not the chance of the kids getting burned like there is with the other ones. Stuff happens. Also, this is all that, for metallic stuff that pulls out. So if you spill a drink on here, who cares? It's not wood. It's not going to swell up or anything. And they left you a nice big open pocket right here for any stuff, every stuff. You know, you got anything you can take outside, lights, phone chargers, anything, you're good. And of course, Dad's medicine cabinet. This is where we keep the sweet stuff that helps us get through the hard days, isn't it, folks? Talked about that. Your TV can be mounted outside if you are so inclined or feel like doing so, or even easier, get a second screen so that, you know, you don't have to juggle TVs around. Your grill goes next to this little table. Rockwood includes a table with their grills that others don't, and they protect their plumbing lines, their gas plumb lines. Your propane connection is right here, not right here next to the tires where debris, where road spray, where salt in the Midwest, corrosion can't get to this thing. It's just going to continue to work. My battery light's blinking at me, so pardon me, I'm going to phase in out of the video here real quick. And we're back. Let's take a trip inside. As we go, you're going to see a wider 30-inch entry door with friction hinge so that it doesn't slam against the trailer even on a little breezy day like today. Chilly breezy day today, actually, at the time of this filming. Oh, by the way, enclosed heated underbelly, I didn't mention that. It's very easy to fall into the habit of assuming everybody knows what you know about these, and I don't want to overstate or understate anything. Doesn't matter. Let's get rolling. We've got a very different cosmetic package here than the one that we might have in stock. This video, again, could be very different from what's in stock. This is called the Jasper Decor with maple wood tones and a plank print floor. All of these things can change. The one I have in stock could be equipped exactly the same, could cost exactly the same, could look nothing like this. So here's something people aren't really doing a lot nowadays in the RV business. They're not giving you storage overhead in the slide. They're cutting that out to save money. It looks big and open without that, but you know what you never, ever can have too much of in an RV, and that's storage. Now, we've put a full-on trifold memory foam hide-a-bed sleeper sofa in here, and what's really nice about that is when that opens, it'll come right to about where that bathroom wall stops right there, so it doesn't block the floor plan. You can still use the entire RV while it's in use. It's a very, very nice feature. Now, Rockwood went with a serious king dinette here, not just a U dinette, but it's actually 3 inches bigger than the average U dinette, so it offers a lot more like knee room and space. I have seen manufacturers, there is now such a thing as not just a booth dinette or a U dinette. There's now the big U dinette because some manufacturers kept shaving them down so much that they couldn't sit as many people. This means there's more storage below it. And by the way, speaking of storage, it's easy to get to the storage over here. And it can fold down into a bigger bed. And that table you see is free floating. When you're traveling, it kind of locks down in the sleeping position so it doesn't bounce around. But when you're at your destination, a big guy like me, I can cheat the table and pull it over out of the way a little bit. I can make it the island, take it outside. The door is wide enough, you can actually get it in and out. That's the nice thing about Rockwood's doors. Rockwood doesn't install their furniture first. They actually install their furniture last. That's uncommon in the RV business because most brands don't build doors big enough to do that. The refrigerator here, we upgraded the door inserts to match the rest of the cabinetry, and it's so seamless that if you don't point it out, you take it for granted. You just assume that's what the fridge is supposed to look like because it's that clean and that well executed. They have a little different kitchen arrangement from other brands I've seen with similar floor plans, and we have like 6 different brands with a similar floor plan, so I'm very well versed on it. But I really, really like this one. I think they actually gave it more storage and better function. So you got a big space for a wastebasket. You've got all kinds of good drawer space. And this countertop extension, by the way, this solid surface counter extension is removable. So it's not going to be blocking the bedroom door. It's there when you need it and gone when you don't. Solid surface counters are standard in a Rockwood. You're not paying extra for that. By standardizing, they can improve quality through repetition and control cost by only buying from one supplier. They say, we'll give you exclusive business if you give us exclusive pricing. They have a larger oven, 22-inch oven for those that cook, or if nothing else, it's just a bigger bread box. And they've recessed both the stove and the sink that are both flush mount here so that you have very good prep space, and then you can add on even more of that countertop extension. Now, they angled all of this to sort of wrap around you, and what that sort of created was a really big overhead cabinet here in the kitchen. That is really, really big. Moving forward, extra wide entry door into the master bedroom, which is nice, and you've got an extra large pocket door here for you. And something Rockwood's always done an amazing job of is having really cool storage under the bed. Again, everything's aluminum skeleton in here. You see that you've got a top chest with triple drawers below. There's just more functional storage here. Other brands have storage under the bed, absolutely, but it's harder to get to. You know, Rockwood gives you these drawers that are just easier, smoother, nicer to get to. You've got your, your bedside stands on both sides of the bed. By the way, this is a True Queen bed. This is a 60 by 80 Serta brand, by the way, True Queen. Normal bedside stands, like I mentioned. You've got this gorgeous front window, which just, this is not a large bedroom. Sure doesn't feel small, though, because we got all that light and all these windows coming in here. Now, again, Rockwood's giving you that extra storage. Instead of a 2-day or 3-day weekend trip, we have 2 to 3 to 4 weeks worth of clothing storage in here. That's nice. And they went ahead and omitted this closet over here to help the bedroom feel bigger because you don't need it when you got all this here. And that just, again, helps it breathe and open. And there is a privacy shade for this front windshield, by the way. Although, remember, from the outside, it's tinted almost dead black. By the way, just little detail stuff like a bedroom light switch. People take that for granted because we have that at home. You don't get that in RVs usually. I've said before, I'll say again, I don't use camera tricks. I don't need to trick you into earning your business. And that's why I can use a normal lens, but you still get this nice barreled ceiling in here. So it gives you a couple extra inches of, walk space. And again, these are just so solid and well built. The fit and finish in Rockwood's amazing. Let's talk entertainment, because she's got it in spades. When you're sitting on this hide-a-bed over here, which is where you're gonna, on a rainy day, look at that. You're at the perfect seating position. You got your Bluetooth soundbar, your AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth player down there. It just does everything. We've got crazy good storage here. And I love these smoky glass inserts. It has very much like a home entertainment system and feel to it with that. Look how much storage that is, just on top of what's already in the kitchen. Speaking of storage, I love this. A lot of brands give you storage below the lower bunk. But how do you get to it? Especially with outside kitchens. Before outside kitchens, it was easy to get to the storage below the bunks from the outside. But with outside kitchens, it created an awkward coffin space inside. Well, it's not Rockwood's first go-around. They said, no problem. Move the bed out of the way. So what they've created here is like a whole flippin' bicycle garage. I mean, to give you an idea, here. You know, I'm just sitting here on my knees in this thing. This is big. This is really, really big. It locks in place for transit, so it's not going anywhere. That's the box with the outside grill in it. You can see how that is dwarfed by all the space in here. And this ladder is built in place. This is like a normal upper bunk ladder that Rockwood usually includes, but they said, what if we made the ladder the wall? So this is actually part of the structure that supports everything. It's so cool the way that they have this put together. And of course, there's internal wall structures too. But what this accomplishes is a strong, safe, easy way to get people to the upper bunk without having to throw your kid to the upper bunk. Plus, it's very small, visibly. It doesn't take up a lot of visual space. It makes the RV look and feel bigger. And something you got to watch out for, guys, is this actually is a little bit wider mattress than you run into in a lot of these things. I've seen brands find a way to shave a few inches off of things. You just gotta look for stuff like that. Best in class bathroom. Rockwood does an amazing job there. Let's start up top with their big Max Air fan with roof vent cover. So this comes from the factory with the roof cover on it. So if it's rainy, who cares? Run your fan, no big deal. Big luxury fifth wheel size, fan situation here. You've got a big rear shower with that skylight. Gorgeous, clouded glass insert. Notice the little shampoo caddy. Because these little corner shelves, they're not good for anything. So Rockwood says, no problem. We'll give you a place to keep all that up here and out of the way. Lots of leg room in here as well. Plenty of room to get dressed. You may have noticed that's a much bigger sink than you usually find in a little lightweight bunkhouse. That little window right there adds in just so much light too. Plus, you notice that's a foot flush stool, so you don't need your face near your business. Here's another thing. You've got an outside kitchen with a fridge right there next to the door. You've got a bathroom right here next to the door. You're not going to track a lot of dirt through this floor plan. It's a very clean, easy floor plan to manage, very fun, very family friendly. And again, it's just so well executed, guys. I can't state that enough. It's not the playbook, okay? It's the execution. And I've got some brands I really like, but seriously, I don't know that anyone has executed this better than Rockwood yet. They absolutely crushed this. They absolutely crushed it in a way that nobody has yet. There's nice trailers out there, but this is a Rockwood. Literally the original ultralight brand. In 1996, Rockwood built the first and original ultralight. No one's been doing it better longer. So give us a call, learn more. 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.